welcome to NEPA TV and our continued coverage of the European Cup. We have got an exciting day after weeks of brackets and round-robin challenges. We are into the semi-final rounds, and we are going to have the finals in just about an hour and a half, so stick with us for the coverage today. I am once again joined by Sir Dimwee and Queen, who are going to bring us the action. Sir Dimwee, Queen, welcome. Say hello to our fans.
Good evening.
Look at that time zone awareness. Well played, Sir Dimwee. Good evening indeed to our European viewers. Good afternoon if you're joining us from here in the States. We have got a first match lined up, our first semifinal match, which is going to be France versus England. We saw these teams play in the earlier rounds last weekend. Both of them are bringing a very strong game to the tournament. What do you expect to see today, Dimwee?
Well, first I want to say, that comes down to if you open every show with "Good evening," you're going to get it right most of the time. It just works. I expect quite a matchup because I was just looking over the brackets. I have the brackets pulled up on my side monitor here. England over Ireland, 25-13. France over Denmark, 36-7. And France over Denmark was supposed to be a closer matchup if you're looking at seeds there. So I expect an actually very close game here. Of course, the loser is going to go on to face Denmark in the lower brackets before we're going to an actual finals here. But I expect a very close game. I expect not nearly as much steez as we saw last week because these teams are actually going to be facing another team that's probably closer to their skill level.
Yeah, absolutely. I have to agree. I think that it's going to be a little bit more competitive, especially on the scoreboard, not weighing in favor of one team. I'm super excited to see the France and England match up there. I think they're going to give each other a good run for their money and not have too much room to kind of mess around, in terms of.
So we got so up here we have France. First up, France taking on England here. Angry fight, not blue. Koala girl. Oh, it says almost koala girl. It's Koala. And making off, playing for France here, of course. This is the roster that had that phenomenal performance against Denmark. Could end up playing Denmark. Denmark is still in the running. Ireland, the only team from last weekend, currently out. The only team from last Sunday, currently out. Denmark was able to beat Ireland. So yeah, this France team, very, very strong, very well-known roster here over in Europe. I've been playing for quite some time, and definitely coming to put up a fight against this team England, as it were. But of course, England here going to be playing JBLB 1820 Galti. Each is a Skag, and of course they have that big victory over Ireland, over Eddie. Did I say that right? Probably not. Eddie. I can't do the R right. But Ireland, of course, they went out against Denmark. 17-14. It was a very close game. Denmark got it right at the end. I'm pretty sure Ireland had the lead for the majority of the game, and then Denmark was able to come back and get that victory over Ireland. Of course, England knocked Ireland to that lower bracket, and they did it in a fashion that I'm sure left some folks wanting to, maybe see France serve to England here, Queen.
Yeah, it was definitely an interesting ending there. We could say that. Those are some good words for it. But I'm really I'm really hoping that we see them get a good matchup here against France specifically. I think France is going to give them a really, really good run for their money, which is going to be fun to see.
And so just a reminder of the rules. In this tournament, they're going to be playing 3 rounds, but it's not best of 3. The scores do carry over through all 3 rounds. They're going to be playing all 3 rounds. And each round is 6 minutes long with a 1-minute intermission in between each round. That makes the game a total of 20 minutes exactly. If you do 6 times 3 and then +2 for the intermissions, 20 minutes exactly. Relatively short games. Compared to any league that typically you tend to see around the Echo Arena scene, and of course, as we said, the score carries over. So if you're down by 20 points at the end of the first round, you're down by 20 points at the start of the second. As we get started here in the first round between France and England, the 2 big dogs in this tournament, about to face off here, Queen.
They are indeed. First touch does go to England. First possession, a little bit of time there, but it did go into the hands of France and cleared through the mid of the arena, but picked up by Etries. Getting a little bit of pressure there from their opponents, but sent a pass to JBLB. JBLB over to Skag, looking for the clock. Etries going for the shot, but misses it, unfortunately. Making off is able to get the clear.
So quick opportunity there from England. We're not able to capitalize on it. Over that France defense. As though Not Blue for France does get this one picked up. Not Blue sending this one across. It was above Angry Fight. Etries in the area to attack. JBLB as well. JBLB on the feet of Angry Fight. Angry Fight, though, gets this one to Kalala. Whoa, the big setup there. Not able to connect on it as Not Blue cuts in. But ultimately will be making off on the far side with the recovery there. 1 minute off the clock. Sending it up here. Not Blue juking by one. Sends it in. Look for a pass to, I believe that was an intended pass to Kalala Girl. Oh, what a read there, though. Making off. Stops that one from getting out of the zone. Another opportunity here for France as they are still in possession. Set up here. Angry Fight on the near side. Bringing it in. Hits the post. That is unfortunate. He was looking for a steep 0-degree angle there. Etries. We'll get that one cleared out.
Bouncing around in the France bubble. We do have England there first on an open goal with the long three.
Long three indeed. And that'll be the first goal here of round one. Going to Galti. Going to England. As somebody somewhere in a pub is going, oi, 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 oi. And France now on this just a quick pass there to the far side. Making off. We'll send this through on the relay, and they'll go for a little give and go here to get through mid. They do get through mid, making off on the far side. That's one. Edge of the bubble is one also across. We're going to go another give and go here. Not able to get the grab, though, is making off. As that one makes its way to the near side wall, JBLB 1820 will get it recovered. Only 2 minutes off the clock. It's still only a 1-goal game. England back in possession. As this one up to Galti. Galti back to JBLB. Back to Galti. They're going to walk this one up. Three. No, they've got a proper 4v4 here. Everybody in the bubble. Skag, sideways gang, brings it in. Kalala gets a stop, but Skag gets it back, puts it in for the 2. And England now have a 5-point lead. Oi, 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 oi.
France is doing a great job getting the disc down to the England end of the bubble, but having a hard time making passes connect inside of the bubble. So that slight adjustment will definitely give them an opportunity to get a lot more points on the board here and get some momentum here for them in this first round.
And the opportunity here from France. Nice setup there. Look at that. Yeah. Angry Fight brings in the angry shot. Good for the 2. Puts the team back within 3 here with 3 minutes to go. Off a nice little give and go with Not Blue as they attack the bubble there. They're able to, with that give and go, they're able to weave through the defense and hit that one on the goalie. Phenomenal goal there. We're halfway through this first round. Galti handling this one for England. They set up in a kind of a strong left side relay almost, as they had deep in there is JBLB 1820. Although a missed pass here is going to result in a turnover as Not Blue picks it off, sends it in back to the blue zone here, back to the England zone, making off here for France. Wanted the long shot, but back in goal is Galti as this one turns back around. Set up here, no look. Oh, it goes just wide and back in the hands of France.
A little bit of an unfortunate turn puts the disc back into Etries' hands. Etrie over to Skag. Skag looking for a pass, but it doesn't connect to his teammate, and there's a little bit of a loose disc, but Galti is there to pick it up. Just juking around on ceiling a little bit. Bounce pass over to Etries, but his pocket was picked by Angry Fight and cleared through the tunnel.
And now all the way down and in. Good pickup here by Angry Fight. Hits it for the 2. France have brought it back within 1 here. As I don't, you know, I've gone oi, oi, oi for the English. I don't have a noise. I don't have a call out for the French.
You should
so if anybody in chat, well, if I make it up, I'll probably offend somebody. Because I'm that kind of ignorant American, man. You know what I mean? Like, I know it. It's okay. I can admit it. So, you know, there's 20 people in chat. Maybe somebody here is French and can give me an idea. Something to shout when the French score, something Frenchish, something Frenchy. As we're going to get a turnover here. Uh-oh, JBLB bringing that one in. 2v1 hits it. 3-point lead back to England as we are in the final, minute? We're going to be in the final minute once we come out of the tubes.
Yeah, and France did start to capitalize on their push on bubbles, just like I was saying they were having a hard time with, but still a little bit down with some time on the clock to level it out a little more to go into this second round here of the game. And hopefully they have an opportunity here that they can make something of.
Oh, nice play there by Galti. Phenomenal play. As he gets this one on the bubble. Far side, I'm pretty sure Fettuccine is Italian, not French. As that went on its way to the goal, gets it, 66 meters. Oi, 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 Fettuccine in the house. Watch out, he's gonna morb on you. It's morbin time. Less than 30 seconds to go here in this first round. England has a 6-point lead, although that's only 2 goals. 2 threes here from France. As making off will send this one up in the hands of Angry Fight. They're looking for a quick relay here. They do get it into the zone. Big opportunity, though. The defense is all the way back. JBLB pressuring there. The send-in. Is that a shot attempt off of the wall? I don't know, but Galti will get it handled. Sent out 4 seconds ago. As this one gets sent up, they're looking for one more shot. They're just going to send it. Not enough time. Round 1 will end 10-4 in favor of England. Of course, will carry over. So as we carry them over, we're going to go to a quick word from our sponsors. We'll be back in just a moment.
If you really want to find out what you're made of, you can forget the personality tests and social media quizzes. Because the only way you're ever going to know is by heading into the big, wild, raging, so damn beautiful it hurts world and finding out for yourself. Were you born to follow a path, or were you born free? These are the things we thought about when we made the new Grand Cherokee. Made for what you're made of.
And welcome back. What an exciting first round there. We expected good competition, and we got that with a whole lot of action there. 10-4 after the first round, the score that'll carry over to the second. Queen, what'd you see in the first?
So, I mean, I feel like the biggest thing right now, France has a lot of good momentum in terms of their stacks. Their biggest thing is passing when they get to the bubble. As soon as they're under pressure, they're missing a lot of great passes, possibly needing a little bit of a back pass just to maintain that control of the disc. I say it often that forward momentum in this game often looks like backwards momentum, and I think it could do them a lot of justice at this point in time, just to start to even out that scoreboard.
And it looks like we're back to the action. Dimwee, back to you.
Kerchow, round 2, the Morbius. As this headbutt here from England, we'll send that one to the far side. France touches it. Gives it back to Etries. As Etries now pulling Not Blue away from the play. Gets this one. Oh, nice little relay there. They're not able to connect on it. Will be Kalala Girl coming out of the goal to play that. So the send out will be off of the boot. Gives it back to England here. Skag with it. Skag's juking around, trying to pull some defense out. Get an open lane there. Does hit an open lane. Far side. Another one. JBLB will do another one off of the shield there. Sends it in for the 2. We'll put England up by 8 here as we just get into this second round.
Definitely looks like England had a little bit of pickup in momentum here, ending the first quarter into the second quarter. Hopefully we could see France do the same, get some evening out on the scoreboard. Looking for the long pass, doesn't quite connect though. Picked up, I think it was Kalala Girl, but gets stuffed approaching goal, picked up by JBLB, juking around Pack a little bit and sending a clear cross through the tunnel.
A good clear there. Caught in the far side trap. That will be France getting there first. It was Not Blue. Sending it through JBLB 1820 here in the zone, trying to get back around. Looking for a cloud shot, but I don't believe he had the angle. What a move there by Skag, though, bringing it in. At an awkward angle, he is able to hit that one as he almost had his feet facing the goal there. And that will put England up 14-4 here. They take a 10-point lead over France. And France right now looking to scramble back as they're the favorites coming into this matchup here against England, especially when you look at the scores from those previous games, just those first round games. And you also look at the seeding 1 and 2 here. As a quick setup there, far side, making off has it, sends it across near side to Not Blue, pushing up on the bubble. They have one inside the bubble. That's Angry Fight, bringing it in. With a shot goes a bit low, though. Good recovery here by Kalala Girl. Looking for a pass across, although miscommunication. JBOB 1820 will get it recovered and cleared.
Lots of stacks overshooting the disc, but it does end up in the France bubble. Oh, and the stop from France picked up by Galti, but Galti was stunned out. Or Skag, another steal in the bubble. A little bit of chaos here, but ultimately France is doing a great job at making sure the disc does not go into their goal and cleared over into the England area.
And Skag through that far side too, but we'll be back in the hands of Angry Fight. For France, sending this one in. They have a chain here. Big opportunity. France with a shot off the backboard. Will be off the side. Angry Fight with a good recovery. Sending this one back in. Ugly bounce. We'll put it back in the hands of England here. JBOB with that recovery as we get the halfway mark of the second round. Also the halfway mark of the game. As this one bounces into the orange trap there. Ooh, missing it with Skag on the far side. Will be collected instead by making off. Looking for that clear. Had a teammate on the other side. So hits a stack. Angry Fight. Lock shot, but Skag. Big stop there, right on the way into the bubble. Was able to catch up there with that stack.
Nice.
But Angry Fight from Not Blue. We'll hit that one from the backside, low side. Good for a 2. And finally, France have found themselves a 5th and 6th point here in this game.
And they do still have 2 minutes and 30 seconds left on the clock in this quarter and a whole nother 6-round quarter. So this gap in the scoreboard is definitely not too far for them to make something of and get themselves back in the game here. But Skag with the disc, sending a low pass down over to JBLB. And a little bit of a missed pass there from him over to his teammate results in a slap out from France and into their zone.
Oh, what a leash there. What a boost in by Not Blue. And he's going to hit that shot. And just like that, France are back with it 6 here. Are they rallying? They might just be. As in the last minute here, they've got 2 goals on the board worth of 4 points. 2 points apiece there. There's 8 now on the board for France. As England coming out on this joust advantage. Rare in this game, they're going to go for a headbutt play. I usually see these as teams that pull those out as a Hail Mary. A big send up here, open goal goes just wide. I'm not for sure that was in, and a headbutt there from England, almost self goals. That one will be sent out back into the France zone here. Good stun out there. That will JBLB just overshooting slightly as Not Blue will get there first. Slaps it away. They're in the hands of Galti on the back line. Galti now moving this one in. They have a 4v2 as the stack gets back in. Galti looking for a 3 there. Maybe a little steezy headbutt. Not going to happen though as Galti gets it back down to the floor. Pass there to JBLB. JBLB looking for an option. Pulls the defense out. Goes off the field again. Hits it for the 2. That's going to be back to an 8-point lead here for England.
JBLB loving these shield bounces as we saw in the last 2 weeks. Just a little bit of distraction for the goalie before attempting a quick shot. And oftentimes making it no matter where he is bouncing off of the shield. So a little steezy, but definitely works and is precise.
And Not Blue through mid here to making off. They send them in, making off. Oh, what a pounce there to Angry Fight. Oh, that stop though, Galti. Unbelievable. Galti had to pull the hands behind the back and reach down to get that one grab. It does get the grab. Skag clearing this one in. Less than 30 seconds to go here in this second round. Still an 8-point lead to England as France fighting hard, fighting desperately to get some more points on the board here before the end of this round. Less than 20 seconds to go. There's only time for one more goal. Skag loses hands on it. Will be slapped into the tube here. Picked up by Angry Fight. Turns this one back around. Takes a couple bounces there. Making off. Send it up. Has a teammate in the bubble, but unfortunately hits the post there. Will make its way outside the bubble, and that will end the round here 16-8. In favor of England maintaining that lead. And with that, we will go to one more intermission here in this game, and we will be back in just a moment to bring you the third.
Welcome back to NEPA TV's coverage of the European Cup semifinals. Great match going on between France and England. Winner of this team punches their tickets to the finals. The loser will have a chance to face off against Denmark to meet the winner in the finals. So So far, stats looking pretty even across the board here, yet the score doesn't necessarily represent that, Queen. What have you seen in round two?
I think they did France rather did a better job getting their passes connecting in bubble, maybe just going on a little bit of more of a run and getting those points to connect. They did have a lot of missed threes on their opportunities there, so maybe just getting closer to goal and making sure it gets in the disc in the goal.
And getting the disc in the goal, of course, is the goal. Redundancy not intended. Oh, Wicks pick up there. Eitri is stunned out himself. As Galti got this one picked up, looking to go off the backboard. Good grab there, though, by the goalie. I believe that was Not Blue getting that one picked off. As Not Blue looks for the clear, takes an ugly bouncer, keeps it in the zone. Whole bunch of bodies in the area. Finally, Eitri touches it. JBLB touches it. Ultimately slap back in by somebody. Galti now with it, looks to send in that shot. Does send the shot. A little bit delayed, though. Kalala Girl getting an easy save on that one, turning it right back around, hits it through mid. But at mid will be picked up by JBLB, 1820. Turns this one back around. Little dribble play there by JBLB and the teammate there, that was Skag. As JBLB juking out Not Blue. Not Blue feeling some way about it, and we'll get that one picked off and cleared out. Good clear. That's going to put it right through the edge of the into the bubble. In fact, solid bounce, but good pickup there by Blue, and they have to get that one cleared out of the bubble quickly.
In the hands of Galti, a little bit of juking around just to avoid his opponents there. Does put the disc in the hands of Eitries after a long clear. Eitries on cloud, juking around again. A lot of stees coming over from the England side of things. JBLB with the disc on the floor, approaching the fringe of bubble, but decides to back it out over to Galti.
Galti again here on the back line. 4.5 guys still in this game. They send in off of the mark. Good recovery there by the goalie. They will be making off there at the bow tie. Looking to get that one through mid. Doesn't quite. And JBLB will get there first. Hooks it. Scoops it back in the orange zone here. Galti with it. Galti was presumably not aware of the open goal. Said no look. Clears it into the orange bubble. As we are still scoreless here in this third round. We came into it 16-8. 2 minutes off the clock. Still waiting for that first goal of this third round. As JBLB 1820 juking around at mid now as making off encroaching. We'll get making off stunned out. Sends that one in though. Galti not able to play it. Disc is loose again. JBLB gets there, inverts, gets away from Angry Fight, gets stunned there by Galti. JBLB looking to bring it in. No, to be Galti with one more pass to Skag, who gets that one for the 2, and that'll be our first goal here of round 3. 2 minutes and 15 seconds in, and it will put England back up by, up by 10.
It seems France is having a little bit of a hard time getting the disc down into the England end of the arena. Hopefully we can see a successful rollout here and an opportunity and a good look at goal.
Send across there, Not Blue. We'll send it right back. Somehow makes off with it. And then Anger Fight, right place, right time, able to get it recovered. Down to the floor, 1v1. No, one more pass. Oh, that's off the mark. Good recovery, though, by Kalala Girl on the back. The back line there. Not Blue sending it in behind the goal. Goal is open. McGalty. Phenomenal steal there. Picks it off, turns it around. It'll be 3 minutes on the clock. We're halfway through this third round. As JBLB was juking a little bit, getting away from that stack, and allows his team to get back on offense here. As loses hand on it. This one's going to be a headbutt there by making off. I believe that's on the far side there. It hits Angry Fight, bringing it in. Big stop, though, by Galti. Sends it back out of the bubble. But once again, it's Not Blue with it. Not Blue going across. Hits making off and brings it in for the 2. And that'll put, France back with an 8 with just over 2 to go.
Dimwit, is this an appropriate time to ask if they have enough time? Because I don't math.
Minimum of 3 goals, which requires 2 resets. 40 seconds is the point of no return here. So we have a little over a minute and a half, right about a minute and a half. No, a bit over a minute and a half. I don't know, something like that. But it's over a minute. So yeah, there is time, but they would need 2 threes at the very least and a 2, and that would only tie it up. These final 2 minutes here is making off. Turns that one around. They have a stack moving in, but instead it will be Eitries getting there, turning it around. A good, they were looking for a dribble out. We're not able to get it recovered. Skag, we get that one picked up in mid, sends it in, flat bounce, it's dangerous. Picked up by JBLB, bringing it in, does some twirls. Not quite able to get the shot off those. Angry Fight chases this one down. Eitries instead gets it picked off. Eitries will send this one up to the ceiling, gets set up there to Galti. Galti Poles making off way out of the play here, way out of the bubble. Galti moving his way in, juking, looking for the shield. Bounce not going to happen. Good disruption there. I believe that was making off, getting that one disrupted and sent out, but back in the hands of England as they go once again on the sack. Minute 15 on the clock. We are now only 30 seconds away from that point of no return, so we are very quickly running out of time here for France. As Kalala Girl will slap that one back out of the bubble into the near side trap.
And picked up by Angry Fight. Angry Fight going for the long three, almost making it, but he is there to pick up his own mess and put it in the goal for 2 points.
Now there will bring France back within 6 here. There's going to be about 37 seconds. They need 2 goals, so technically not out of time, but they would need 2 threes, and they'd have to be scored in very quick succession. As we do see a headbutt there from England. Etree's with it on the far side, getting away from that stack. Defense playing very aggressively as they need to. 8 seconds here before we hit the true point of no return. Galti juking on the wall. We'll keep this one away from France. Making off gets a turnover, but that is at the point of no return as England will be taking this victory here in the third round. 18-12 probably. I was waiting to see what happened. This time, maybe for one more goal here. Making off, sends this one in, not blue. Under the goal there to Kolala. There you go. 18-14 will be the final score here between England and France. As England will move on to the finals. France will fall to the lower bracket.
Sorry, go ahead. A lot of great pushes. France continued to play to the buzzer. We did see a lot of England kind of going the same route, not as extreme as they did last week, but a lot of stees coming in towards the end once they were comfortable with their cushion in their lead. But France not letting it affect their mentality, it seemed like, and just kind of pushing through, playing till the buzzer, and even in the last seconds getting points on the board, putting up a great fight from the France end of things. So hopefully, I would love to see France and England play again personally. So.
Well, speaking of getting to see teams play again, we will get to see France and Denmark play again, as was France and Denmark that played yesterday in the second game, last Sunday in the second game of this bracket, of this tournament bracket. France beat Denmark 36-7 to move on to play England. Denmark fell lower bracket, beat Ireland 17-14, and will now once again face off against France. Do we have are we ready to go to an intermission here, sir? And headed to an intermission. Well, we did have a phenomenal game here. Every single player on France did score. Etree's for England was not able to get points on the board, but did get register some saves. Galti, 5 saves, was quite substantial. Possession time, notably, was almost a minute in favor of England, and that kind of that's how you see that on the scoreboard play out there. 4 points is the difference of that 1 minute of possession time took. Saves 9-6. We did see a lot of saves in this game, most of them though coming from Galti there, as we pointed out. 5 saves he had. Also notable that everybody that did score in England scored the same number of points, 6 apiece. That would be JBLB, Galti, and Skag getting 6 points apiece. Though game high points go to Angry Fight with 8. But with that being said, I think now, all right, time to go to that intermission. So we'll go to that real quick. We will be coming back, though, in not too long to bring you France versus Denmark in this lower bracket. The loser there will be out of the tournament, and the winner will go on to face England in the finals. So we'll see you in just a moment. Don't go too far.
Welcome back to NEPA TV's coverage of the European Cup. We just saw one exciting semifinal that saw England punch their ticket into today's finals. France now gets a chance against Denmark to try and punch a ticket of their own. They were not successful against England in the first round, but they could get a second chance if they find success here against Denmark. Looking forward to another great match. I am again joined by Sir Dimwee and Queen. Thank you both for being here, bringing this awesome coverage to our fans. What do we expect to see here in this second semifinal?
Well, we did have a roster change here from France, which on the break I did suspect until, say that I think that we're going to see some different players back in the arena. I believe for Kalala Girl was JLS put in, JLS 07, that is. So maybe a little bit of a different play style coming over from France moving into these next two games. They were having a little bit of a hard time making their passes connect in bubble. Maybe this will help them get a little bit more synergy and just cohesiveness together as a team. A lot of times it comes down to chemistry when it comes to teams and knowing what your teammate's going to do, just being able to know who they are, what they're going to do, where they like to be. And I think that maybe a little bit of a change will work in their favor.
I do expect the change on France to work in their favor. I also I expect to see some adjustments, though, from Denmark. I mean, this team has faced France. They lost 36-7. But then they were able to take on Ireland to beat them 17-14. So I expect Denmark to have made some adjustments, to have watched some extra tape here on France and England, and are able to come in with maybe a strategy specific to counter these teams in particular. I would hope to see a closer game. I don't know how close. It'd be really cool to see Denmark maybe even take one over France. You go to the finals there, of course, looking like a tall order based on that previous score. But when you're playing a game like this, part of playing is learning and growing and improving and adapting. I think adapting probably the biggest part of it, and I expect Denmark to have adapted a little bit after that loss to France, and curious to see what they come out with here.
Absolutely.
And if I remember right, we saw in that first match, Denmark find some success towards the end of the game. So they were making in-game adjustments in that first match. And if I remember, they carried some of the momentum into the game with Ireland, which is how they were able to punch the ticket to this semifinal. So maybe they did learn something in that first matchup against France, and we'll see if they continue to build off of that, come out here a little bit stronger from the beginning in this second matchup between these two teams, which sound like they're getting ready to start. So Dimwee, Queen, over to you for the action.
Yeah, both teams lining up, coming out here in round one. As France will once again be on the left in orange, and by this time Denmark on the right in blue. And it'll be France with the first touch there, making off, sending that one in. That's going to be off the shield there, the barrier, right at the edge of the bubble. Turned back around here by Denmark, down into the orange bubble. They have a couple players in the area. Nobody moving too quickly, though. Zaxa will pick it up, going over to Ghosty. Ghosty going off the backboard. Nikolai. Oh, loses hand on that one. Out of the bubble. His Angry Fight will get this one picked up and cleared out through that near side too.
Bouncing around in the Denmark area, Not Blue is able to pick it up on the wall, moving forward, but loses his hand on it, is able to recover it. A pass over to making off, driving goal for the first 2 points of the game.
There you go. France will get that first goal here. Less than a minute and 39 seconds. Not Blue 2 making off. As Denmark will now come out on the first joust advantage of the game. Of course, France is the favorite coming into this one, but Denmark did make some nice. They had some opportunities there. They do scuff that launch, but do get to the disc first and send it through. Lucky bounce there, keeps it away from that stack. Here we go. Here, Zaxo back over to Ghosty. They have 3v3 on the bubble. This one's set up there in the hands of Nikolai. Nikolai sending on the shot. Another one though. This one barely not on the mark. A little bit. Off the post there. I'm forgetting words. The long shot's going to go low. Back out of the bubble. Collected by Ghosty. Now for Denmark.
And the clear through into the France zone successfully and into their bubble. But France is there first with a little bit of pressure right behind them. Getting the clear off, but taking an unfortunate bounce in the hands of Ghosty. Ghosty over to Nikolai. Nikolai playing a little bit of pass, but missed there. Picked up by Garlic Bread. Garlic Bread to Zaxo. Zaxo putting the brakes on it, passing over to Garlic Bread to Ghosty. Ghosty driving goal, but hitting post. And it is almost picked up by France. Now it is, and making off, going for the clear through the mid.
That headbutt by the teammate will send it through, but that's Nikolai. Oh no, JLS. Stunned out the Zaxo now with the recovery here for Denmark. Sending it through that near side too, but though into the hands of Not Blue for France here. As France now looking to possess the disc. They send this one in. They're going to dribble after. They've got two in the bubble. And that one off of a head. Nikolai coming out of the goal to play it, but Angry Fight gets there. Sends it in. Garlic Bread King gets a touch on it, but it will go in nonetheless. That's going to be a 4-point lead now to France. So as we approach the halfway mark of this first round.
Yeah, and here with another opportunity for the Denmark end of things to put the arena into their control, play their game, so to speak. And with the rollout, Zaxo passes over to Ghosty. Ghosty to Garlic Bread. Garlic Bread just getting some pressure from that stack, sending a pass back to Ghosty. Ghosty to Zaxo. Zaxo to Garlic Bread on the floor. Garlic Bread juking around his enemies a little bit before passing back to Ghosty in the hands of Zaxo. Zaxo back over to Ghosty for the quick touch pass. Oh, and picked up by making off in the attempted monkey in the middle and cleared out into the Denmark zone.
And Ghosty had it, but Angry Fight gets it back here for France, so we'll back that one out. So I'll reset there to JLS. They have a numbers advantage, and they did. I don't know if they pressed it quick enough. They're going to get it. They do. All right, they do ultimately get it, but only barely. As France do take a 6-point lead here, but when you get those numbers advantages, you get one of those defenders caught behind the play, you have a 4v3 guaranteed, so long as you move quick enough. And they almost lost that 4v3. But they do still capitalize on it. 6-point lead now to France over Denmark as Nikolai sends it near side Ghosty back across Zaxo, who slows it up. There was presumably waiting for that chain, but the chain did get stunned out there, and then that send in. Ugly bounce. We'll give it back to specifically that chain as Angry Fight sends that one across. The collection there, though. Zaxo, long shot off the post, and then an opportunity there by the teammate Ghosty. Gets denied by Making Off, who tries to get that one sent out. Stunned out though there at mid as Zaxo turns it around, a long heave of his own. Will find its way off of that near side wall, and in the hands of Not Blue now for France as they turn it around.
Yeah, France having a lot of great disc control there, especially approaching bubble, even though they did not act as quickly as you would have expected on that numbers advantage. That you're seeing a lot more of connecting passes, smart decisions, slow play to where they're capitalizing on their looks at goal. With that, the disc being dropped a little bit there by Denmark. They're on the floor. Zaxo sending a pass down low to Ghosty. Ghosty getting some pressure there by their opponents. Oh, and the stun out from France, resulting in a turnover and a clear through the mid of the arena with a little bit of a stack race, but ultimately Ghosty is there and able to get a hand on it first.
Yeah, solid scoops there. It's Garlic Bread King on the far side. Oh, gives it away. Making off. Clear of his zone. The friendly stack got split up. So we're not able to track it down. That's them there, both of them trying to get a hand on it ultimately. A good scoop there, sends it through that far side tube. But beyond the intended target, as we're in the final 30 seconds of this of this first round, I apologize. France with a 6-point lead, 20 seconds to go here, only time for one more goal. Ghosty sends it, goes wide. Out of the bubble, Nikolai on the far side there does recover it. Has Garlic Bread King on the bow tie. Says goes to Ghosty. Ghosty to Zaxo on the goal, and a big stop there. JLS 07. Picks that one off, sends it out. 4 seconds to go. 3 seconds. Long shot just wide of the goal. And that should end it there. 6-0 in favor of France after one. As we go to a quick word from our sponsors, and we will be back in just a moment.
If you really want to find out what you're made of, you can forget the personality tests and social media quizzes. Because the only way you're ever going to know is by heading into the big, wild, raging, so damn beautiful it hurts world and finding out for yourself. Were you born to follow a path, or were you born free? These are the things we thought about when we made the new Grand Cherokee. Made for what you're made of.
Welcome back to our extended coverage of the European Cup. This is our second semifinal of the day. One of these two teams looking to punch the ticket to the finals to match off against England. So far, we have seen a tight matchup. Surprisingly, Denmark ever so slightly winning the time of possession battle. They're actually leading a number of shots taken, but they're not leading where it matters most, which is on the scoreboard. So far, France is the one who's been able to put it into the back of the net. They are taking a lead here into the second quarter. For those who didn't catch the rule breakdown prior to our first match, it is a continuous score, so we are going to start the second round with the same score that we ended the first round for. That is France 6, Denmark 0. Dimwee Queen, back to you.
We're back in here in round 2. That's going to be a quick headbutt there from Denmark, sending it to the edge of the bubble. But instead, Angry Fight picking it up here, sending it up in the near side tube. Instead, beyond intended target there, that was baking off, who ultimately does get it, of course. Now sends it in, has one. Ooh, not able to cut in. There was Angry Fight. He was covered by, I believe that's Zaxo, excuse me. Zaxo will pick it off, sends it out, going wide, but they have a stack in, uncontested for the most part. Nikolai will get it in for the 2. That will be Denmark's first goal of the game. It comes 32 seconds into round 2.
Yeah, and finally, that possession time, like we said, in favor of Denmark is starting to result in some points on the board, just making those stacks super fast. And I think once they have the defensive pressure from France in the bubble, just making smarter decisions when they're approaching bubble will result in some good goals for them here.
Ooh, an ambitious shot there from France. Does get picked off and then sent out by Denmark. The France back in possession as Angry Fight sends that one through that near side too. Though it is back in the hands of Denmark there. Zaxo sends it in, but back in the hands of France once again. Is now chaining after that one, making off long shot off of some Geo there though. Sends it to the far side. Angry Fight gets there. Angry Fight looking for a either setup or a backboard shot. Either way, none of them worked out there. Neither of them worked out. It's not blue. Far side sends it. Nets there to making off. Bring it in. Hits it bottom corner pocket. And France will take a 6-point lead here against Denmark. Although still only 6 points as 2 minutes are now off the clock here in the second round.
Yeah, absolutely. Not enough cushion there for France to lay off on any type of pressure or start to slow down their game, but an opportunity here for Denmark to put the arena into their control and play their game.
Indeed, as good passing here from Denmark. Get to admit, as I said, of course, they missed that one there, and the Stack's able to pick it up. Making off, sends it up, though it's going to hit the nugget block there, make its way to the far side. 3 orange bodies nearby. Ultimately, Angry Fight coming away with it. As now all teammates are in the bubble, has to push in. They have numbers, not anymore. Sends in the shot, Ghosty with the pick off. Sends that one out through that near side tube. Gonna have a proper race for it here, though. Will be, France getting to that first as Angry Fight sends that one back across there. Not blue. Has a blue nearby. Instead, Angry Fight bring that one in. Stunned out, still gets a pass off JLS. Also stunned out. And Ghosty will finally pick that one off as we hit the halfway mark of this game. Ghosty clears it out. And it looks like France will be getting there first to the goal, as Angry Fight turns this one around one more time here for France. Making off, ultimately sending it into the blue zone here, the Denmark zone. Zaxo sends it right back through Zaxo with it there. Also with Carly Bread King, they're going to dribble after this one. Zaxo picking it up, looking for an option, looking for anybody who's open. Hits Nikolai, bringing it in, hits it top corner pocket, and that's going to be a 4-point lead still to France, but cutting it in half is Denmark.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of great connections coming from the Denmark end now. Possibly a comeback? Question mark, Dimwee? Possibly. Could it be around the horizon?
Certainly possible. Certainly
possible indeed.
We're going to get a quick rollout here from France and deep relay. They have one down in. Angry Fight does hit not blue. They're going to come in 2v2. 3v2 shot off the post. As making off gets it again there. Another shot in. That one goalie is stunned out, but again off the post. Ghosty looking to send that one out, but JLS on the back line picks it off. JLS now. Ooh, underhanded anchor shot. Nikolai saves that one. Sent out of the bubble here. Goal is wide open at the moment. Not anymore. There's a couple bodies in the goal. Both stunned out, but only temporarily. As a slap back out of the zone here from Denmark into the France zone. As it floats around there, will be collected there by Garlic Bread King. A long shot. But that one off the boot, making its way to the far side. Garlic Bread King, though, again. It's a tough one. Ghosty. Zaxo shot off the post out of the bubble.
Picked up by Garlic Bread passing back to Nikolai to Ghosty over to Zaxo under the goal and into it for 2 points, just bridging that gap a bit more for Denmark, only down by 2 points now. However, France does have the just advantage here.
Indeed they do, and you want to hold on to that lead, especially as you go into this intermission here. Although Ghosty picks it off, Ghosty sends it in, Ghosty hits it. Denmark have just taken the lead 9-8 off of that beautiful play by Ghosty, who got the steal and the pick 3.
Yeah, Denmark just seems like they're kind of finding their groove here, finding their footings as a team. However, we still have that angry fight and making off stack that's a little bit deadly. We've definitely seen a bit more of what we know and love from that stack this game than we did the last game that we casted against England. A little bit of a missed pass there does result in a turnover for France, and the disc is back in their zone and recovered by Ghosty, but getting stunned out, picked up by Not Blue and cleared back into the Denmark zone.
10 seconds go, long shot. Big stop there by Denmark. Sends it out of the bubble as Denmark looking to go into this intermission with the lead here. If they can hold on to it, they do. They get it cleared out. That will settle it here at the end of 2, 9-8. In favor of Denmark. We have one more to go. Before we get to that, we will go do a quick word from our sponsors. We will be back in just a moment.
Welcome back. Brutus here with you, Sir Dimwee and Queen. We saw an awesome second quarter here. Denmark fighting their way back, taking their first lead of the match, and maybe most importantly, carrying all the momentum right now. France now faced with figuring out how to answer a recent onslaught by the Denmark side. Queen, what'd you think of Q2?
I think right now France's biggest enemy is they're struggling to clear the disc out properly through the arena, taking a lot of unfortunate bounces off of geos, and Denmark just kind of finding their groove, making their opportunities in bubble successful and getting more points on the board.
And so we'll see how these adjustments get made here in this third round as teams come out. Denmark still in the lead. They get the first touch here. Headbutt in. Not able to play it, though. Still in the bubble. They get the stack back in. Oh, the shot. Garlic Bread King hits it for the 2, and that will put Denmark up by 3 here against France.
Yeah, a great quick play there from Denmark. Unfortunately, the France goalies seem to be floating just a little bit, not able to get their groundings in order to, wiggle themselves away around the block and stop that. But great work for Denmark.
And then the relay there falls apart on France. As Denmark send that in, open goal, hit it for the 3. And just like that, here in the third round, Denmark come in with a 2-point lead, and now up by 6, and we're not even a minute in yet. Good.
Sorry. We have seen this from Denmark before, where they go on a run, they find their positioning, and they kind of get in their momentum here, and they go on runs like this often. So possibly what we're seeing here was the exact same thing we did last week from Denmark, finding out how to navigate their opponents, switch up some things in the arena, and result in some really, really great points on the board for them.
Certainly has. And Denmark possession again here in their own zone. Really, at this point, you just need to run some clock. Another goal or two will make him a little bit more secure. But 4.5 minutes to go here. Well, 4.5 minutes is a long time, although that's a good send up there. They're going to dribble after it. JLS, though, is he going to get there? He does. Has not blue at the shield. Goes not blue, but a good read there by the defense. That is Garlic Bread King pulling that stun off. He sends it through that near side, too. JLS, good pick off by the stack. Then gives it back here to Denmark as they send it through the near side tube. Nikolai to Ghosty. Ghosty back to Nikolai. Nikolai now at the bow tie there mid. Garlic Bread King sending it up Zaxo. And it's all about that chain. Really tight passes, tight and quick passes right now from Denmark is keeping them in possession. It's very aggressive defense from France, and it does look to pay off a little bit for France here as they do get that one turned over, cleared out, not blue with a good clear. That one's all the way down now into the blue zone as both teams look to pick up on it.
And the stun from Denmark resulting in another turnover, but their pocket gets picked. Just bounce around loose in tunnel, making off, gets a hand on the disc, going to clear it out into the Denmark bubble, but ultimately picked up by the Denmark stack. Denmark does have players in the area. A little bit of pressure applied to Zaxo by France. A missed pass from Denmark, but Nikolai is there to pick it up, going for the back pass. It does not make it into the hands of their teammate, and it is bouncing around in their end of the arena.
Ghosty with another pick off here. 3 minutes to go in this game. Still 6-point lead to Denmark. As JLS will pick that off, send it out there. Far side trap. Down to the floor. Nikolai will get there first. Send it back in here for Denmark. Does get it to the teammate Ghosty. Ghosty back to Zaxo. They're pushing all up here. They're all at the edge of the bubble. Ghosty across. Garlic Bread King stuffed by Angry Fight. Angry Fight trying to get that one out through that near side tube. Not quite out, though. We'll take a few bounces there. And making off, stunned out. As it, not able to get it cleared. Zaxo, recovery of his own, also stunned out. Making off gets it back again. This time, will send it through that tube. And then the bounce keeps it away from the blue chain. Although, presumably, keeping it away from all the chains. As that one gets picked off ultimately by blue. Sends it in to the France zone here. Nikolai not able to get there in time. 2 minutes, just over 2 minutes to go here. As Angry Fight sends it in, looking for the near side tube. Zaxo there, not able to get a hand on it. Slapped down the hands of Ghosty, shot off a nugget. That one may have otherwise gone in as Angry Fight picks it off, sends it out. This is going to take a bounce there, and Ghosty getting there with that stack partner, sends it back out again. A little ping pong in the closing minutes of this game here, less than 2 minutes to go. As JLS, once again for France, clears it out near side tube.
Picked up by making off, getting stunned out by Ghosty. Ghosty getting a hand on the disc, but losing it, is able to recover it. Getting a little pressure there from Angry Fight. Goes to send a pass, misses his teammate there, but it makes it into the hands of Nikolai after a fortunate bounce. We love happy accidents. Zaxo with the disc over to Garlic Bread, and Garlic Bread into the goal for 2 more points for Denmark.
And that will put Denmark up by 8. Minimum of 3 goals, 2 resets, 40 seconds. There's going to be a minute, about a minute 8 on the clock. So less than 30 seconds here for France. If they want to get this comeback, they need 2 threes and a 2 at the minimum. As JLS sends it across here, making off. Good really up to Angry Fight. It backs one up, and a good stack there. Ghosty picks it off, sends it back into the France zone. As there's only 15 seconds of effective game time as making off turns that one around. Sends it through that near side tube. 50 seconds to go here. That's 10. And a shot there. Making off hits it. Well, that's what they needed. It's only a 2. It's only 2 threes, but let's see. Do some math here. Can have 38 seconds. And that's technically 18 seconds for 2 goals. So, I mean, practically speaking, well, probably not, but it's technically possible if they get like a headbutt here. Although it looks like Denmark's going to take a headbutt of their own goal to keep it away from them. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. And that will do it here. Denmark will be taking this one over France. And Denmark will move on to face England in the finals. No matter what happens in these final 10 seconds, Queen.
Yeah, absolutely. Denmark doing a fabulous job of finding their footing in the arena, adjusting to their opponents, and just playing really, really hard, even with a deficit on the scoreboard, not letting their mentality break. So kudos to Denmark. France did a great job putting up a fight here, playing 2 games in a row, but super stoked to see Denmark and England face off.
And if you're playing scorecard bingo, blue side almost got you a bingo, except Nikolai didn't get an assist. But otherwise, points, assists, saves, all across the board there. Beautiful. Love to see it. a game high points going to making off, even though every single player there on Denmark was able to get points on the board and saves. Actually, everybody in the game got at least a save. That's a rare thing to see, to be honest. Put a phenomenal game there.
Outstanding play by both of these teams. Hats off to France. They will see their European Cup come to an end, but with a strong third place finish there, and they certainly played valiantly. Jumped out to that 6-0 lead, Queen, but then just couldn't hold on. Denmark, like you talked about during the cast, kind of found their groove, got that momentum going in the second quarter, and carried it right through into the third.
Yeah, absolutely. And with that groove, I'm super excited to see Denmark face England, seeing as they've kind of got their footing. Although it is a new opponent, they're going to have some adjustments made in the arena. But just having their foundations, their chemistry going and, grooving, like we're saying, is going to be a great advantage for them.
Indeed, and Dimwee, like you talked about at the top, Denmark faced France last weekend and lost 36-7. So quite a remarkable turn of events here as far as them being able to turn things around. They obviously latched on to something that worked against France. We'll see if they have a good game plan going up against England in this finals.
Yeah, I'm very curious to see what they do here. Especially, I did not expect Denmark to get a victory, especially one this convincing. So now my expectations have been set pretty high here, I think.
I have to agree. And considering the fact that France just lost to England, not by much, and then went over into this Denmark game and lost to Denmark by actually more points than they did England, if I remember correctly, I would suspect that we're going to have a good matchup here.
We can only hope, and it is coming up right around the corner. We are going to jump into a brief intermission, but do not go far. This tournament's been going on for weeks. It all culminates in just a few minutes, so do not go far. Stick with us here on NEPA TV. We will be back with the finals, England versus Denmark. Welcome back to NEPA TV. It's finals time. We are finally here. 3 weeks of action, a bracket that has led us to England versus Denmark for the Cup. Dimwee Queen, thanks for being here, doing a great job bringing the action. And now this is it. One of these teams is going to go home a champion after 3 6-minute periods. Taking a look at the screen, this is how we got here. England and France facing off in the first semifinal that saw England punch a ticket into the finals. France then falling to the bottom of the bracket, facing off against Denmark, and Denmark walks away with the victory. So it'll be England-Denmark here in the finals. Dimwee, Queen, what can we expect? I'm sure it's going to be great. What do you think we'll see?
Oi, 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 oi.
I think Denmark had really great momentum. I think we might be able to see a really good and fair matchup. They had a little bit of a roster change we were just talking about on our break here from last week into this week, which last week they lost over to France by a significant amount. This week, taking the victory over France with some cushion, not even just by a single point or 2 points. So their roster changes done them well, seeing a lot of great momentum. Hopefully a good fight can be put up against England. England, as we know in this cup, has had great momentum the entire time and a lot of domination in the arena.
Indeed, but like you said, momentum, key word there, because Denmark, after falling down 6-0 in the first period of their match against France, carried the momentum from the second into the third and really are hitting on all cylinders right now. Not much of a break between games, so they should be plenty warmed up. England, on the other hand, had about a 45-minute break there during our second semifinal, so hopefully they did something to keep warm and they're ready to get back to the action.
Yeah, I would expect that they did. They probably stayed in the arena, kept make sure they kept shooting the disc and moving around. Got some water as well. Got the breather in. You want to make sure you're not building up too much of that lactic acid, as I know the hockey players like to talk about a lot. That's what basically, if you run too much, then suddenly you're like, I can't really run anymore. That's that lactic acid buildup, and at least that's how I understand it. I actually don't know what I'm talking about. I was repeating what I hear on the TV, but. It does cause it does. It was no. This is hockey players talking about it, and I expect they know what they're talking about. Professional hockey players at that, but so I do expect that they did stay warm. But it's going to be a good game. I'm really curious to see what Denmark does against England here, because England has been, they've been dominant. They've been running through this tournament. And taking no prisoner, no quarters have been given. And I do expect England to come out strong in this. I would expect England to get the victory. But again, the victory Denmark over France was a bit of a surprise. So we might see something actually really good here.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm expecting a great matchup here. Hopefully giving England a good fight in terms of points on the board and just some great plays like they had against France. And into the game we go, Dimwee.
Into the game we go, indeed, as we do have England on the left in orange, Denmark on the right in blue. As we launch out here for round one, it is all 3 rounds, 6 minutes per 20-minute total game. Shot there, Galti. Beautiful shot there, underhanded from the floor, was just a wrist flick. Gets it in for the 2. That is your first goal of the game. 6 seconds in.
6 seconds in is a fast time to get points on the board, but it is only a 2, and Denmark does have the opportunity to take the arena here.
So Joust advantage here to Denmark as they send that one across. Zaxo back cross goes to here on the near side. JBLB encroaching. Nikolai now sending this one up. Miss pass, Skag. Good pick off, sends it out, gets it through mid. Stack is there. Skag picks it up himself, sends it in. Flat bounce. Those are dangerous. That's why Galti, though, hits the floor. That's a pass. What a pass there. JBLB tries it. Doesn't work. Zaxo says no. Turns it around, gets it back here into the zone. But a good boosts in as the defense. They do ultimately get there. Galti with it in his own bubble. As now looking to send that one out. Beautiful bounce pass there to JBOB on the far side. JBOB having to juke away from that attacker. Does this get this one to Skag as they start moving this one up the field here, though they're kind of clumping a little bit. So no pass options. Only look for a clear. It does not work out, though. As this one touched by the blue team on the near side. Ghosty, though, ultimately stunned out before he can get that one picked off. And JBOB will get this one sent out. Oh, Garlic Breaking had it. Lost it. JBOB with it again. Long shot. And they're going to be on notes off the barrier. Picked up here. Galti. Ooh, off the backboard. Not going to connect on it. E-Trees now bringing it in. Going to take the shot. Hits it. Top. Corner. Pocket. And that is a 4-point lead to England. Oi, 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 oi.
A 4-point lead, but not too much to come back from for the Denmark end of things. And if we know anything, Denmark, I don't mean this offensively, but is not a round one team. They take round 1 to analyze their opponents, figure out what's going to work and what's not working, and make some adjustments in the arena. So Etries with the disc, sending a pass over to JBLB. JBLB looking to drive goal, but gets stopped by Nikolai. Picked up back again by Etries. Driving goal a second time, but stuffed again by Garlic Bread this time, and the clear out through the mid of the arena is good.
JBLB was looking for that no-look backhand on the goalie, which can be really tricky for a goalie to reach. Shot there. Oh, there it is. Zaxa recovers it, brings it in, hits it for the 2. Denmark have found themselves onto the board here. It took them a little while, but they do cut that lead. The England lead in half here, 4-2. That one, Zaxa from Ghosty. Beautiful goal. This will be England here on this just advantage. Handled here, Galti. Stops up. So does that chain, though. And they're going to go for this relay. Skag. Pass across there, hits JBLB. Bringing his way in, jumps over 1, and then gets it through 2. Good for the 2, and that'll be a 4-point lead now to England.
Back to a 4-point lead, but possession over 2, or joust advantage over 2 Denmark, with an opportunity to run a successful rollout, and they've had some really great and clean passes coming through. So, Dimwee.
As Nikolai sends this one through that near side tube. But Galti gets it picked off. The shield! Galti can read minds and make note of that. I don't know how he knew. He didn't even look. And the timing of it, like if you watch that one back, what was the timing? It ultimately comes down to habits and that kind of thing, that game sense, as you talk about. But it's pretty unbelievable. He was able to pull that shield off the way he did. As Galti now with it on the far side. Speaking of the devil, sends it out. Double stun there. JBLB there to pick that one up. It pulls out the staircase, so it gets stopped up here. Nikolai picks it off, scoops it. Not able to get it away, though, so everybody there, Ghosty with a slap through. Good boost there. Blue has it. Zaxo looking to send it, hits it. And once again, Denmark is back within 2 here.
Denmark is back within 2, and I am super shocked to see such a close matchup in the first round, considering how we've seen Denmark kind of take the first round to get accustomed to their opponents, but they're finding their way around the arena pretty well. One thing I think that they could work on is possibly just getting stacked together faster, as a lot of times England is making it to the disc on turnovers before they are. So maybe a slight adjustment on that can get them in the lead, but a great stun coming in from the Denmark end and a clear out.
And now JBOB in his own bubble, turning that one around. And into the hands of Joel. JBOB gets it again here. And I was thinking that the game was looking a little long. It looks like the settings were set in properly here. Galti sends it in. Looks like we have full 10-minute rounds. So we are at the 5-minute mark. So there would be less than a minute left in this round. We'll find a way to contact the teams about that. Hopefully we can get the message out there, because if they play the full 10 minutes, there'd only be 2 minutes left in the second round. As E-Trees turns that one around here, sends it in, takes a bounce. Will ultimately be collected there by JBLB, who sends that one through there to the far side of E-Trees. And back across here, Galti. Galti sends it up. It takes an ugly bounce there. He's going to have to collect it himself. I believe it was an intended bounce pass to JBOB. Then again, another intended bounce pass. That's a really ugly bounce there. A good collection there by E-Trees, as E-Trees goes back to JBOB. Double teamed here. Oh my goodness. Almost gets away with that one. If he had sent that pass, that would have been phenomenal. Instead, he had to admire his work. And he got stunned out, loses the disc. As that one's into his own bubble. Opportunity here. Good shield there by JBLB as he sends it away. Galti looking for a clear.
Clear through the mid of the arena and over into the Denmark bubble with England there first. JBLB with the disc. Going to drive goal again, looking a little steezy, but stopped there by Nikolai, slapped out by Ghosty. Unfortunately, into the hands of Galti for them, looking for the bounce pass high, and it does connect to Etries. Etries, I don't know if that was a shot. I'm not quite sure. But anyway, Zaxo picks up the disc and goes for the clear out through the mid of the arena.
Yeah, it does get it cleared out. Galti picking it up there. And does get that one sent through. A lot of double teaming here coming from Denmark. They're getting desperate here to get some points on the board. This Garlic Bread King sends it up. Ghosty has a touch on it, but then Skag there sends it back through. Ghosty sends it back through himself. That one's going to be all the way down the orange bubble. They'll collect it here by Galti for England. As we have 3 minutes left in this first round, though that would be, we're actually 1 minute into the second. JBLB, move this one up. And not sure what you're saying there to focus. As Etries, you're cutting in and out. And Nikolai will, Etries sends it out, but into the hands of Etries. Etries stunned out himself. A lot of stuns here at the edge of the bubbles. Garlic Bread King will turn this one around. 2.5 to go in the first round.
Those are the stacks that Denmark needs in order to make it to their clears first. This one was not successful, but they are on the right path here, either getting those stacks together or working the disc up the arena with some passing so that England is not the first ones there every single time they clear the disc. But Galti does have a hand on it and is able to go for maybe an attempted long shot, but it bounces off a shield.
Yeah, not quite through there. Was looking for that mail slot. Garlic Bread King picks it up here. 2 minutes left. Garlic Bread King under assault, sends it up. Zaxo back across Ghosty and goes back here. A lot of slow passing. We'll consider it passing. There you go. Deliberate passing shot there off the post, though. Still a 5-point lead here to England in this first-ish round. Zaxo sets that one across. And then to Nikolai. Nikolai, trying to get that one in. Instead, Galti gets that one picked off and we'll turn it around here for England. That's a long heave there. And then that one off the nest. As a headbutt. Not quite on target. Galti gets there, slaps it up into the hands. So they're going to go for give and go there, but Etries is trying to get that one back to Galti. Galti was not there. Joker train going into the edge of the bubble. They're getting in here. They hit it. Look at that. Anchor shot off the Joker train goes in for the 2. That is going to be a 7-point lead as we do get a timeout here. And presumably that would be, they're looking to end the round now off of that goal. So it looks like we will be going into an intermission here with a 7-point lead to England, waiting to see how they're going to handle this. But I suppose we can use this as a good time to go into a quick intermission. Word from our sponsors to focus if we're good for that, and we'll be back in just a moment.
If you really want to find out what you're made of, you can forget the personality tests and social media quizzes. Because the only way you're ever going to know is by heading into the big, wild, raging, so damn beautiful it hurts world and finding out for yourself. Were you born to follow a path, or were you born free? These are the things we thought about when we made the new Grand Cherokee. Made for what you're made of.
Going back into this one, so 1 minute on the clock as they come out of the tubes here. Gonna wait to see where they go with him. And Nikolai gonna send this one in off the Joust advantage. A good stack there, though, from the defense. 52 seconds on the clock. Each sending this one out. We're gonna wait to see. I don't know if they're gonna go into the second round with only 2 minutes on, or if they'll just start the second round with 6 minutes. We'll wait to see what happens. Galti sending it in, but of course, if they started with 2 minutes, they would have to do another restart. So it might just be easiest to go with 6 minutes. There's a slap there. It gets it sent out of the bubble. 30 seconds on the clock. JBLB stunned out. Galti gets it back here, juking around. Good movement there. Sends it in. Ambitious shot, though, as the goalie was freely in goal. Nikolai turns it around. 20 seconds. Only time for one more goal as this one gets sent into the England zone here. Looking to close out this first round. 14 seconds. And was England playing down a player, or did Skag just use the... Well, anyways, Zaxo sending this one up. Ghosty across. Garlic Bread King, 5 seconds. One more pass. Good read there by each. Excuse me, that was Skag. Gets that one sent out. That will end the first round. And since we just came back from commercial, I don't know that we go to another one to focus. You let me know. All right, so we'll go for one quick commercial. We'll be back in just about 15 seconds.
After that quick word from our sponsors, we do appreciate them keeping us on air so we can bring you this exciting action, this finals matchup. It has been a good match so far, both teams playing well. What do you see here in the stats, Queen?
I mean, in terms of gameplay, Denmark's doing a great job. I think that, like we said, we're going to see a little bit of a different game from them. They had a lot more momentum going into the first round than they typically do. It looks like we did get a reset too on the board here. Scores are saying 0-0. So hopefully they're resetting the time frame, as that was a little bit messed up there. But Denmark, I suspect that we're going to see the same thing we have seen from them before, just getting a little bit more momentum as the game progresses on. They are not down by too much to where it would be deflating. They continue to play. So great job on them. And just England, I apologize, doing what we know England to do, is just a lot of great work on passing, approaching bubble, making sure that when they have a good look at goal, that is connecting and resulting in points on the board.
Points on the board and some great action indeed. So yeah, it does look like the players are getting things reset, trying to get to that 6-minute quarter that we've been doing for the rest of the format. So we'll get that reset and then get back to the action. Dimwee, what have you seen?
I've seen, England has been doing just a really good job of scoring, although we've seen a lot of really good looks from Denmark. We saw some good goals there, a lot of opportunities that they haven't been able to capitalize on. So every once in a while, they'll get a good clear down and they'll be in the area, but they just get beat by England on some of those races. But also England dominating, absolutely, before the stats got cleared, England was absolutely dominating in possession time. They had over 2 minutes on Denmark. So it just shows you the control that England has when they have the discs. They're able to maintain possession all the way up the field and get a lot of passes in before they take the shots. What that does is the more passes you make, obviously that means the more likely you are to make a mistake yourself. But it's also harder for the defense to track what's going on. Eventually, they're going to trip over themselves and open up some lanes, and you're going to get an opportunity. And that's what England has been able to do in this game is continue passing until they find that trip up, they find that open lane, and they're able to capitalize on it. Also seeing a lot of the spinny stuff, which we don't see too often, especially as a juke, which it's something that I've heard players have been doing. I don't see it that often though. I don't usually see the pitch and roll used to juke, but we have seen that in this game a few times, and not half cycles, not stemming, not full cycles, nothing like that. They're literally just rolling, and that gets their feet away from the attacking defender.
Yeah, so it looks like we're readying up. Just to let everybody know, we do have a continuous score, so they have reset the match to be, looks like 2 remaining 6-minute rounds, but they are carrying the score over from the 10-minute first round. So we will kick things off 11-4. Dimwee, Queen, over to you.
That's the first touch. We'll go to Denmark as they headbutt that one in, and they will maintain that possession this time as Nikolai sending this one in. Looking at behind the clock there, Garlic Bread King, though, stunned out. JBOB will come away with that one as he allows his team to set up on offense here, though. A little dangerous here as he's going to play around with Nikolai, shooting on his food a bit much. So E3s will get that one forwarded up. Galti now looking at an empty goal, though not for long. We'll bring this one in. 1v3. Gets by one. Tries to duck to. Oh, my goodness. What a move. Now looking for a setup there. E3 is at the shield. Instead, he's going to juke around. How many enders does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Roll Pop? 13-4. England have a 9-point lead.
Denmark with some great defensive plays there. Didn't quite work out as... England is just great at movement in the arena, getting those enders off like you were talking about. But an opportunity here for Denmark to put the arena in their control. Nikolai with the disc.
Now Zaxo forwarding it up. Garlic Bread King. Handing it off. Ghosty here back in the near side trap. They've got numbers here. If they press right now, Skag was completely and utterly out of that play. That is a skill every team, that is one of the most important skills you need to develop as a team, is identifying when you have a numbers advantage. Because when you have a numbers advantage, you have a free player. And the moment that defense gets a player in goal, you have two free players. You can do whatever you want if you get that 4v3 advantage. And it's one of the hardest things to watch as I would say as a veteran viewer at this point. Not a veteran player, a veteran viewer, as Eatries will get that one in. Is seeing a team have the numbers advantage so clearly and not be able to. I just remember to scream in the arena, run with it.
We do know that this entire game is a game of numbers, drawing out a defender to create that numbers advantage so that you've always got an open player in the bubble, an open passing lane, someone to just get the disc off to in a quick instance. And Denmark here with the disc, didn't we?
Yeah, Denmark moving this one up, and they are all. Look, what is going? What? So England decided to play 4 perma goalies for reasons. That's going to give 3 free points here to Denmark. That one goes in off of a head here. 3 minutes ago in this second round. Still a lot of time left here. We're going to see another headbutt here from England. That one bounces around there, far side. JBLB going to walk this one up. A bunch of stuns coming out and twirls his way away. As he will continue up, has 2 in the bubble here. Goalie is not, he wasn't, and then he was stunned out. And that will give England a 10-point lead here with less than 3 to go in this second round.
Yeah, Denmark doing a great job of not letting any of the gameplay get to their heads, continuing to play hard in the arena. And with the offensive joust here, Nikolai with the disc, a pass over to Zaxo. Zaxo looking down low for Garlic Bread. Garlic Bread is open and able to receive that, but a missed pass over to Ghosty. He is able to recover it from Cloud. Cloud down over to Zaxo. Zaxo pushing fringe a bubble here, but pulling it out just to maintain the control we were talking about. A bounce pass is picked by Eatries and cleared out through the middle of the arena.
That went down to the floor. Headbutt there from Galti, sending it out. It's the bow tie. Long shot goes in for the 3. That will be a 13-point lead to England here in the second round as we have less than 2 minutes to go. It'll be 8 minutes total remaining in the game, although we had an extra 4 tacked on from that first round. So a game that's usually 18 minutes of game time will be 22 total here as we have that 13-point lead. The house advantage, Denmark with it. Nikolai to Ghosty, near side Ghosty, back across far side Zaxo. And Zaxo back to Ghosty here. They want to get one through. And that in pass is going to be off the mark. The Nikolai almost recovers on it. Skag, though, good stun, good clear. They're in the hands of Ghosty. Ghosty loses it. Galti hits JBLB. That goal is wide open. Long shot goes wide, high and wide. Down the floor, Galti with it. Now moving in edge of the bubble. Wants to take a shot of his own. JBLB steals it from him and says, no, I want the points instead. And that's going to be a 15-point lead to England. So 1 minute to go here in this second round. There's going to be another 6 minutes left to play here. Nikolai, quick pass there, far side, misses the intended target, Zaxo. And instead, Galti will get it picked off and turns this one around, takes a careening bounce there. The shot going to be a little bit wide from a 5-degree angle. JBLB not able to get there. Ghosty sends that one into the mid. A Skag for England turns it around, gets a JBLB, but stolen. Zaxo will turn this one back to mid. And a bit of a scrum fourth there at mid, a bunch of clumping going on. A lot of desperate players here looking for some desperate points. 18 seconds. We only have time for one more goal in this round. As JBLB will walk away with this one. Eitri is trying to get the stun off, trying to get this one, trying to do something here, pressuring. As JBLB will walk this one back in his own bubble. 5 seconds, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we will go to our final intermission of the European Cup tournament here in the finals between England and Denmark. We're going to go to a quick word from our sponsors, a couple commercials. We'll be back in just a moment, so don't go anywhere.
Harley-Davidson builds bikes that are meant to ride. There are vehicles the parents would recommend you drive. Then there are the motorcycles your crazy uncle who gave you fireworks for your birthday tells you to ride. You wouldn't want to let your uncle down, would you? If your need is speed, chrome, and custom paint, check out all of the new and pre-owned bikes at Greenmount Road Harley-Davidson in O'Fallon, Illinois. Don't let your uncle...
Welcome back to our finals coverage of the European Cup here on NEPA TV. We've had an exciting tournament. That was an exciting round, at least for one of the two teams. England doubling their score from round one, taking it all the way to 22 points there, really stretching things out. Denmark had some momentum in that French match. They do have some points on the board, but they're going to have to recapture some momentum here quickly, take advantage of this last 6 minutes.
Absolutely, and I would really hope that we see a few different rollouts coming here from Denmark, as they've run the same split tunnel play, and a lot of times it has not resulted in any points on the board for their favor. So hopefully they can make that adjustment.
Yeah, hopefully they can. It will be first touch for the first time to England here, though they will. They get it right back. Ulti, long shot, goes just wide. So yeah, that was first touch. First time England got first touch here. Denmark has been winning those neutral jousts. Slap through, gets it into the England zone. The England will get there first. Each touches it. If Zaxo steals it, disc is loose. As Skag will come away with that one, sending that one through mid. And a good stack there. JBOB will headbutt that one down into the blue bubble, finding its way to the near side, Ghosty. Ultimately get that one picked up. Minute and a half, or excuse me, half, 40 seconds off the clock. Goodness gracious. As JBOB will take this one in the sky trench, sends that one off the wall, gives it away. Zaxa loses it. Galti with it. The goalie and the defender back. A bunch of orange bodies at the bubble, and that one's a giveaway there. It'll be Nikolai, Garlic Bread King. Picking it off, sending it out, gets it back. Does get that one fully cleared out. Does have a teammate there. Nikolai sends it, hits it. And Denmark will bring it back within 12 here in the third round.
Denmark needed that, and we do typically see Denmark take these opportunities to score and then go on a little bit of a run. So hopefully we can see Denmark get the deficit on the scoreboard here just back a little bit, getting some more points on the board. And a headbutt joust from England again with an open goal opportunity.
Ooh. Yeah, that open goal opportunity goes off the post. We're going to bring it in again here. Galti juking his way into the bubble, gets by a few, then sends it behind, and the pass going to be off the mark. JBB gets recovered here on the ceiling. And loses that one again and gets stunned out, and that one's off of a head. So it will be Galti getting the hands on it first, pulls off a nice ender. The Nikolai with the pickoff sends it back out all the way down into the England bubble here. It's going to be a race for it. Ooh, overshooting. Just barely was Ghosty. Does ultimately get there, but not in time. JBOB with a good stun. Though picked off now by Garlic Bread King. Garlic Bread King over to Zaxo behind the goal. Stunned out. And a slap goes off of the post. Not quite in. Etries with a good clear out, though, in the hands of Nikolai on the back line. 3:44 on the clock. Nikolai sends it in. Zaxo with it. Underhand shot. Skag picks it off. We'll get it sent out through this near side tube, all the way to the edge of the blue bubble. Collected by Ghosty, stunned out by that chain. JBLB has two friendlies in the bubble, looking to bring it in, stunned out instead. Ghosty gets it back, turns it around, and clears it out.
Picked up by Galti again, though, looking for the long pass, but into the hands of Ghosty. Ghosty able to clear it out with a chain inside all the way into the England bubble, but overshoots the disc, unfortunately, into the hands of Skag with a missed clear. Zaxo getting stunned out with the disc. Oh, man, Galti getting stunned out with the disc. Ultimately, Skag is able to get the slap off, but it's into the hands of Nikolai. Nikolai over to Zaxo. Zaxo at the top of clock, getting stunned out by Galti. Galti getting the disc and clearing it out into the Denmark zone.
Big shot there, big stop. I don't know if that was on its way in, however. 2:45 on the clock. Ooh, picked up here. Galti sends it in. Hits JBLB. Wants to send it. Wants to bring it. Ooh. Nikolai got a hand on it, but it goes in nonetheless. This would be a 14-point lead. 2.5 to go.
That hurt, but this is the opportunity for Denmark to maybe play a different bit of a rollout here, as the last ones that they've been running with the split tunnels aren't working. So here's the opportunity.
Here's the opportunity indeed, and they only have effectively a minute of game time to get at least 5 goals. That's a 1 goal every 12 seconds. So quite the tall order here for Denmark if they want to get this comeback in the final 2 minutes. So possible it is. Galti hits one of them. Cut that lead in half. 12-point differential.
That was Ghosty, not Galti. Ghosty.
I keep doing that. It's that thing, you know what I mean? Because their name, but they both start with a G. They both end with Y, but they both end with TY, and they both have, one has a dash, one has the underscore. You know, they're very similar names.
They are indeed.
I swear. JBB loses it as Zaxo loses it. There will be a bit of a race for it. Zaxo gets there, scoops it, but will not get it out of the zone. There is a slap from Ghosty. Sends it through. Skag, though, gets it back, sends it back in. It'll be Etrius on the far side, though, sending it near side. Nobody able to get that one. Skag, though, there on the recovery. What a bounce there in the hands of Galti, the actual Galti. Was looking for a passive zone. Jukes away from the defense. Finally over to JBLB. Not able to connect on that as that one's out of the bubble. 1 minute to go here in this game. Let's see, add that 1 minute. Yeah. Winners will be England here as we hit the point of no return. No matter how many times, how quickly Denmark scores, they will not have enough time in this game. As JBLB jukes his way into the bubble. Good pick off by Ghosty. We'll get this one cleared out, but England will take the victory in NEPA's first ever European Cup. Oh, my goodness. So there you go. Waiting on a final score here. Time for about 1 more goal left. As, less than 20 seconds ago here, so next goal will end it, if there is one. JBOB sends that one. We'll just scoop it out. Eatrius gets there, sends that one up. It's off the backboard, almost going in, but Nikolai will pick it off. 5 seconds ago here, that should just do it here. 24-12, England over Denmark in the finals of the NEPA European Cup. And there you go. There you have it. England win. Oi, 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 oi.
As if the Queen's Jubilee wasn't enough, now we can add a European Cup to England's celebrations this week. Very well played. Very strong finish to the tournament. Queen, you talked about it at the top. They've been dominant throughout and able to dominate there here in the finals. Denmark, valiant effort, played a great game earlier against France. They brought that energy to this match, but England just too much to overcome here. What do you see here, Queen?
Yeah, I think that their biggest weakness in terms of Denmark was that their rollouts oftentimes were slightly scuffed. It didn't result in a lot of points on the board for them. Those are great opportunities to, like I say, a lot of times at the start of the offensive joust, to put the arena in your control. You know your plays. You know your pass options. A lot of times your defenders don't know that, or maybe don't see the second or third option on the arena. So a lack of capitalizing on those moments definitely hurt them in the long run, unfortunately. But a big win from the England end of things, and a great job from Denmark playing until the buzzer and playing full force, not giving up or losing mentality in the atmosphere of the gameplay that we saw in the arena.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed, and there you see it. The European Cup champions of 2022 is England. So nice job on the graphics there to focus, as always, doing a great job bringing us the action, running the cams, and making Dimwee, Queen, and I look better than we deserve. So awesome job there.
Oi, 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 oi.
All right, great stuff. Sir Dimwee, Queen, thank you so much for your coverage the last couple of weeks. What an exciting tournament. We're crowning a champion here today, but all the participants did an outstanding job, and we just appreciate having more NEPA and NEPA TV content to bring to our viewers and more great Echo action. So good stuff all around. Dimwee, Queen, any parting shots?
Not at all. Thank you for the opportunity to focus. Thanks for camming, and have a good day.
And remember to more about.
I like it. And speaking of more about, there's more about NEPA TV coming up this week. We are kicking off Pro Series 2. Tuesday night, AAA action coming your way. So tune back in, NEPA TV on Tuesday. And once we get rolling, it's going to be all summer long, a whole lot of exciting pro action. So look forward to seeing you all again soon. Congrats again to England for the European Cup. We are out. See ya.
Bye.
Stop!